Yes. Namaste, man. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here in my place in New Orleans in the French Quarter. And today, as I'm walking around here, some of these historic homes. Look at these houses, man. Look at these beautiful old houses. It's a beautiful area, man. I find it very inspiring. You want to surround yourself the best you can with things that then motivate you and inspire you. The book, The Science of Getting Rich, talks about this. If that's art, if it's music, if it's watches, if it's cars. I'm not saying going out and spend a bunch of money on a bunch of dumb shit, but on shit that inspires and motivates you, man. I'm talking about on the 9 thoughts on getting rich. If you don't like that word rich, substitute that word. You don't have to use the word rich. I like rich. It sounds good, feels good. But the 9 thoughts on getting rich. And what we're going to discover as we work through the 9, it's not that complicated. Matter of fact, you're going to see it's actually pretty simple. 9 thoughts of getting rich. Thought number 1. Look at this building, man. That's an old building. Thought number 1. Getting rich is actually simple. It's just not easy. Now, what do I mean by that? Listen, getting rich is simply about time. It's a simple math formula. Time times amount times yield. That's it. Time times amount times yield. And when we talk about time, I'm talking about time in the market. People say don't try to time the real estate market. It's not about time in the market. It's about time in the market. Same when it comes to see, compounding only works if you have time in the market. So time times amount times yield. Super simple math formula, very simple to use, and that's it, man. Getting rich is simple. It's just not easy. So you got time. Now, what does amount mean? Amount means how much do you put in? See, when you combine time with how much you put in, which is one of the component parts of the millionaire formula, the millionaire code is time times amount times yield. Super simple, easy math. So we got time. Everyone's given time. I don't know how much time you have. That's between you and God or fate. Number 2 is amount. That you do control. And this is where you'll see as we get further down, you're going to have to adjust your lifestyle because you need an amount. And then yield. Yield is really affected by skill set, meaning the better skills you get, the better you get at real estate, the better you get at stocks, the better your skills get, then the better your ability to affect the amount or the return on your investment. Number 2 is pick a blueprint. Oh, here we are on Bourbon Street, man. Pick a blueprint. See this lady back here? She's doing palm reading. That's probably not the most effective blueprint to getting rich. See what this guy over here is doing? He's doing a private tour. That is probably not the blueprint. That's probably not the blueprint to getting rich. Now, owning some of these commercial properties and charging these people rent, that's a path to getting rich. Owning that bar and that business, that is a path to getting rich. Out here panhandling, that's just a hustle. Now, you might need to hustle in the meantime. Maybe you need to read some tarot cards. Maybe you need to lead a group out there. But at some point, you got to get to be an owner and own this place. Now, much like my friend Jesus over here, see at the church. Let's go check out Jesus. See that statue? Much like my friend Jesus, you got to pick a blueprint, a path that's repeatable, that you can do over and over and over in order to get you to making enough money that you can actually, and you're going to see as we get down into these steps, be able to invest enough. So your hustle has to be something that's repeatable, that you can do over and over and over and make chunks of money. You got to make large chunks of money, man. It can't be peanuts. It can't be this little stuff. The trick to money is simply having money. And I'm going to repeat that a lot because it's key. The trick to money is having money. You need to have more than you need to survive. All right, now let's recap. 1, getting rich is simple. It's just not easy. 2, you have to pick your blueprint and you have to structure your life around that blueprint. So it has to be something that's repeatable and something you can do over and over and over. Now, number 3, we have to structure our life around it. What does that mean? Meaning you have to change your fucking life, man. Your life has to be changed around this idea of getting rich. It's not gonna happen accidentally. You're not gonna accidentally build wealth. You're gonna build wealth because you did it on purpose, on point. So 1, you made a decision. That's number 1. 2, you picked a path or a way of making money. Number 3, you have to change your life around it or that shit is never going to happen. When we talk about changing your life, we're talking about your time, your talent, and your treasure. Meaning your time, your talent, and your treasure has to start to go into these things that can produce wealth, man. That's right. So you can't have a lot of bullshit going on. You can't have a lot of fucking free time, man. You're taking 2 and 3 days off a week. You are not getting rich. It is not fucking happening. And you can make all the excuses you want. Oh, I gotta do this with the kids and I gotta do that with the wife. Listen, your kids and your wife and your husband will all be a lot happier. There's O. Jackson. Be a lot happier if they had a little bit more money. As we go down this list, you're gonna see a lot of these things go together, man. And it's like, yeah, we're going 1 to 9 on the 9 thoughts on getting rich, but they all kind of interconnect and they're all part and feed off of each other. So number 4 is do the math, man. In other words, is what you're spending your time on, what you're spending your talent on, what you're spending your treasure on, does the math even work? So if you're spending your time doing shit that the math isn't gonna get you there, then how are you going to get there? Do the math on your investing. Do the math on your 401k. Do the math on your dividend collection. Project that shit out 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years. Do the math on your real estate. Project that shit out 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Do the math. Do the math on everything around you. You know, just get into the habit of like being a millionaire. Like we're constantly running math. And when I see an apartment or a house and I pull up and see how much it is and I'm thinking, how much could I put down here? What would be my return? I'm constantly doing this shit that I just simply call the millionaire math. And it's not complicated. Time times amount times yield equals becoming a millionaire. Listen, number 5 is pretty obvious, that you have to be in a state of constantly growing your income. You need to constantly look for ways to make more and more and more money. Now, some people may get into this idea of multiple streams of income. That's fine if that's what works for you. But if you have a high enough paying job, if you make good money, that could just look like for you doing some overtime, man. Working what I call the 8th day. Meaning you can't have these days where there's no money coming in. That's what real estate can do for you. Because real estate money's coming in every month. You know, that's what dividend stocks can do for you. And that money's coming in all the time. So when you're out here doing your job, that shit is making you money. So, but it's not to chase passive money. We're not chasing passive money to get passive. We're chasing passive money to put it on top of our active money. So your goal is to increase your income, not really seek passive income, but seek income, money. Make the most you can. So we talked about increasing income. Number 5, grow your income. But listen, like I said earlier, a lot of these are related. They're all similar, right? It's not a do steps 1 through 9. It's these, do all of these at the same time. So number 6, other people have your money, man. Other people have your money. Meaning all of the money you want is in the pockets and the purses and the wallets and the checkbooks and the credit cards of other people. That's who has your money, other people, okay? So what does that mean? That means you gotta serve these people, man. So these people, look down there, they all have money. Look at those people over there. They all have money. Or everyone has money. The poorest people have money. So who has your money? Think about that. Other people. So you have to be in the process of serving other people, not tricky, not lying, not whatever. It's serve through service. Jesus said it's better to give than to receive. Why did he say that? Because that's the fucking business psych. That's the success to business. Meaning give people more in use value than you ask for in monetary value. And when you do that, they'll tell their friends and then it goes viral. And you don't even have to pay for advertising because everyone goes to your restaurant because your restaurant is awesome. Or everyone buys your stuff because it's good. Or they tell their friends. Most of the books that I've sold, I don't advertise. I do videos on YouTube. People share them. People tell a friend about them. Why? Because of the value they received. So create value. And the money will follow. So again, number 6, other people have your money. All right, so my man jamming on the saxophone over there. Sounds good, huh? Au Cafe de Monde, that's a famous location here in New Orleans. So let's go through the recap. We're talking about the 9 thoughts on getting rich, man. The 9 thoughts. These are just ideas, but it's not a do 1 through 9. It's like do all 9 at the same time. And we talked about number 1, getting rich is easy, is simple. It's just not easy. Number 2, we have to pick the right blueprint or the right path, right? Number 3, we got to structure our life around that shit. Like everything's got a structure around it. Your time, your talent, and your treasure, right? Number 4, do the math, the sales, the interest payments, the dividends. Do the math on your debt. Do the math on your income. Do the math on your investments. Is the shit working? Can that math get you to where you're going? Can you input that math into time times amount times yield equals? Okay, that's what we're trying to do. Number 5, we need to grow our income. Don't worry about passive income. Worry about making money and stacking it. Some of you guys are worried about passive income. You only got $5,000. You're worried about the wrong thing. You need more money, man. You don't need passive income. And number 6, other people have your money. Other people have your money, man. Thought number 7, focus on the big picture. You got to see the big picture, man. You got to get out of this get-rich-quick schemes, and you got to be able to put in time. You got to be able to put in work, man. So you're going to have to start seeing the big picture, and you got to start seeing it in terms of years. Remember, time times amount times yield. And one thing that I used to try to teach people was, man, listen, be impatient with yourself. Be impatient with yourself. What I mean is kick your ass every day, man. Look at these potholes. Jesus. I don't even know why this guy's bringing a Porsche down here, man. Be impatient with yourself, man. Kick your own ass. Get your ass outside making some money. Stop taking fucking days off. All you guys are 22, 23 out here bullshitting, taking days off while the world gets rich, and you're just gonna get old and fucking broke because you just sit around doing nothing. That's how you need to look at it, man. And you're like, well, it ain't that bad. Well, look at it like that, man. Like that shit should kill you. It should kill you that there's days that go by you don't make any money. You got to get something that's making. Remember, I said all these go together. So if we're talking about the long term, thinking in terms of the long term, well, that helps us understand that getting rich is simple. Time times amount times yield. And as you begin to, now you begin to see, well, why does it makes total sense to do the numbers, to run the numbers. So if you buy a property and you held this property for 5 years, you had 5 years of appreciation, you had 5 years of cash flow, and you had 5 years of loan pay down. Now see what happens? Now what if we multiply that and we buy one a year for 5 years? And as you begin to do the math, getting rich is simple. It's just not easy. I just said number 7 is think outside the box. That's on the 10 pillars of success. So if you followed my teaching, and if you've ever bought a book from me, I've sent you these. I've sent you these things called the 10 pillars of success. Sun's out here, it's bright. There's the 10 pillars of success. There's the 9 thoughts on getting rich, and there's the 3 keys to a successful life. Today, what we're talking about right now, Gerald, me, is the 9 thoughts on getting rich. Well, thought number 7 is to simply live broke. Especially when you're balling, man. So when you have a year where you make 200, 300,000, you should live like you made fucking 20,000. Be cutting your own hair, buying your shit at Goodwill, stacking that cash. You got people living rich. I see them, man. You got your Gucci's on, you got your Rollie on, you driving a nice new car, ain't got no money. Ain't got no money, man. You out here driving a new car and you don't have no rental properties. Man, what the fuck are you doing? Fuck out of here, man. Come on, man. That's the people I'm trying to rescue, man. But you gotta wanna be in it. You gotta be in it to win it, so to speak, man. Can't be out here driving new cars and wearing fancy watches and fancy clothes and you ain't got no investment properties. You ain't bet no wealth in the stock market. Like, come on, man. You gotta jump out of that shit, man. And I see that culturally, too, with certain cultures. Like, on a flash front, you ain't got no wealth, though, man. Don't worry about what the fuck other people think, man. Fuck all these people. I don't give a fuck what these people think. They're all broke, man. All these people are broke, man. Everybody out here is broke. Everybody out here is spending money they shouldn't be spending. Spending money they ain't got at bars they shouldn't even be in, man. So don't worry about what other people are doing. Worry about you. I'm trying to figure out how to buy the whole town. They're trying to visit it on vacation, man. Different mindset, right? Different mindset. So live broke. Live broke. Live broke. And that thing about live broke, before you get it twisted and be like, oh, Gerald, listen, I'm at my second home in New Orleans. I'm not telling people to live that way forever. I'm saying do it for a period of time, dude. Shit, now all I'm gonna drive is new vehicles, right? But I didn't get my first new car until I had 16 properties. 16! So think about that, man. You're not living broke forever. You know what the definition of an entrepreneur is? Is a person who will live today like other people won't, so that they can live tomorrow like other people can't. So the reason you're living broke, the reason you're living frugal, in that beautiful building, isn't that beautiful? The reason you're doing that is to get rich. It's on purpose, on point, time times amount times yield. So you've got to live broke, man. For a long period of time, you got to live broke. Now, number 8, and then we're gonna get to 9 and recap. Number 8, you got to start saving large chunks of money, man. This is why you're probably gonna need to work that 8th day, because you probably don't make enough money at your job. So look at that. So for me, I mowed yards, and everything I made mowing yards, I just stacked it. And I built that business to where I was making like $1,000 a month and $2,000 a month. So I'm making, I'm stacking that money, dude. So why? So I can buy real estate. Well, I do that for 6-7 months, remember? The big picture? Do that for 6 or 7. Remember, I'm living broke, right? Remember, do the math, right? So we know how much we need down, right? So I had a path. My path was gonna be real. You see how we're going down these? And so as I did that, man, I had done the math. I had a blueprint. I had a path. I believed that it was possible. I believed that getting rich was simple. So all 9 of these, we're now on number 8. We have to save huge chunks. So it can't be $100, $200. It's got to be like $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month. All right, now listen. Number 8. Number 8 is super important. You have to save. It's the oldest bar in America, by the way. You have to save huge fucking chunks of money. None of this bullshit. I'm gonna save $100 a week, or $200 or $30 in there. Bullshit. You have to save chunks. That's why you're gonna have to work the 8th day, because the chances are you don't make enough money to even get rich. Again, back to doing the math, right? All of these are interconnected. It's not do one and then the other. It's do them all at the exact same time. Go back and write down the list that I said and be thinking of all of these things. It's just obvious. You have to save large chunks of money, okay? Big chunks. The trick is, honestly, you need to be saving 30, 40. I went 50% of my income for like 6 years. That's how I did it, man, being a blue collar guy. Huge chunks of money. It'll help you at all. Hit me down in the comments, let me know, man. All you guys that are just voyeurs watching shit, don't let people know, man. Stop being so fucking lazy and click the button. I'm gonna have 2,000 viewers on here, and that, you know what that is? 1,950 lazy motherfuckers who won't click a button or leave a comment. That seems like a very small ask, doesn't it? All right, and we hit our final one. Number 9, drum roll please. Number 9 is simply stay on the straight line. Entitled Straight Line, meaning it's so easy to get sidetracked. People, let's go down Bourbon Street, man. What are we doing, man? It's so easy to get sidetracked. Why we want to go down these boring ass residential areas when we can go down Bourbon Street and see all the crazy homeless people with their dogs? Put this down on the camera. So, you know, I told you the other day why all the homeless have dogs, right? Because the police won't arrest them. Because they don't have nowhere to take the dogs to. So unless it's a big crime, they won't do anything about it. So number 9 is straight line, man. You got to stay on the straight line to getting what it is you're trying to accomplish. So if it's real estate, don't let shit sidetrack you. Open up a checking account, put the money in there. Now some people go, oh, well, you know, in the meantime, I'm going to put it in. Yeah, but what you put it in might go down, and then you're off the straight fucking line. Stay on the straight line. And it shouldn't, you know, it shouldn't take you that damn long to get to what you're trying to do, man. You can't let $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, you know, you can't let that keep you from accomplishing your goals in life, man. It's just too small a sum. The sun's going down on me here. So that's it, man. That's the 9 things. Stay focused, stay on the straight line. Let's recap them here. I wrote them all down. Number 1, on the 9 thoughts of getting rich. Number 1, getting rich is simple. Number 2, pick your blueprint. And it needs to be duplicatable. We said that, right? Number 3, you got to change your life to revolve around it. Number 4, do the math. Is the shit you're even doing possible to get you there? So if you're wanting to buy real estate, are you making enough money to actually do that? If you're not, then your goal, your new job, your new mission is to get to where you are. Number 5, grow your income. We said that. We got to constantly be growing it. That could be multiple income streams. That's what it was for me. But if you have a high-paying profession, it's probably like doubling down on what you're doing. Number 6, other people have your money. Other people. All the money you want is in other people's pockets. Okay? You got to serve those people. Number 7, live broke. We said that for a period of time, for 7 to 10 years, live like you're fucking destitute and invest the difference. Number 8, you got to save big ass chunks. That goes in with number 7, right? Living broke, so that you have big chunks to invest. And number 9, don't get sidetracked. Don't get sidetracked. Straight line, okay? God bless. This video helped you at all. Hit me down in the comments. Let me know, man. All you guys that are just voyeurs watching shit. Don't let people know, man. Stop being so fucking lazy and click the button. I'm gonna have 2,000 viewers on here, and that, you know what that is? 1,950 lazy motherfuckers who won't click a button or leave a comment. That seems like a very small ask, doesn't it?